So after waiting for over a year, fans of Helluva Boss finally got closure with Season 1 with the release of Episode 8, Queen Bee. Before discussing that, I'll admit, I was concerned about whether it would be a good episode or not. My concern was that since we've waited so long for it to come out, it wouldn't live up to my expectations. Kind of like how when you're waiting for a new game that keeps getting pushed back, but you're still excited for the release, only to find out it's just okay once you get your hands on it. Thankfully, Queen Bee was worth the wait. It's currently my favorite episode. I know it doesn't have the action and fight scenes the series is known for. It's not the funniest episode. However, it was the episode that was worth it. I don't just mean it was worth waiting for it to come out. It's the episode that was worth staying a fan for so long. It gives us things we've been asking for and things we didn't expect. So what is it that makes me say that about this episode? Well, there are a few things that make me love it. Let's start with the main focus of the episode, Luna. The episode mostly focuses on Luna attending a party Tex invited her to. While Luna is still crushing on Tex, which was most likely why she agreed to go in the first place, he invites her to help her meet more friends after hearing she didn't have any in Spring Broken. When the episode starts, we see Luna as her usual self as she yells at a female hellhound about being a bitch to her. However, the longer she stays, the more uncomfortable she seems. As I said in my Luna video, we're used to seeing her be this tough person that gets mad over the slightest thing that annoys her. While we did notice that near the start of the episode, we started to see Luna was uncomfortable and eventually decided to leave early. I know some people will say that her wanting to leave was after seeing Tex's girlfriend was the Queen of Gluttony, but I think that's only one factor here. At the start of the party, Luna tried joining in on a conversation which didn't go so well. Then, during the song being performed, Luna looked out of place compared to everyone else at the party. When everyone else was joining in on howling or enjoying the food and drinks, Luna just stood there looking like she wasn't sure what to do. If I have one complaint about this episode, I wish it came out when it was supposed to. Luna's attitude during the party would have been great to add to my Luna video because it hints at Luna not being good at opening up to people and feeling alone despite being surrounded by so many people. We already knew that Luna was a hothead because of growing up at an adoption center, but this episode showed another issue she has because of her past. We see her unable to open up to anyone, and when someone gave her a hard time while she was trying to do that, she lost her temper and yelled at them. Then later, when Bee talks to Luna after performing her song, Luna acts hostile toward her. I get that maybe she thought Bee was insulting her at first, but it still showed even if Luna hasn't met that person before, she gets just as mad in the same way she gets mad at anyone in the Imp crew. Again, it's a nice touch considering it expands on what we already know about Luna by this point. Also, had this episode come out when it was supposed to, it would have been perfect for hinting at Luna's issues while giving her more development, which many of us wanted back in Season 1.
Come on, you know why.
Damn it! I said we already knew how many times in these videos. So while it is true Luna did want to leave, she ends up staying instead. Her doing that leads to another thing I love about this episode, Blitz. First off, Blitz is a great dad in this episode. He had his heart broken by Stolas, fell asleep while pigging out on ice cream, and immediately dropped everything when he saw that his daughter called him to get her. Secondly, I love that despite Luna being annoyed by Blitz most of the time, she still calls him for help. And after he shows up, Luna's attitude changes from being uncomfortable to being more confident and asking if they could stay now. Again, I think Blitz being there stopped her from feeling alone and made her want to stay. It's like when you get invited to a party full of people you don't know, so you only go if you know someone else going. If you didn't know anyone there and went, you'd probably feel uncomfortable since you didn't have anyone you could hang out with and talk to, which is what happened to Luna earlier. Again, compare her to before and after Blitz showed up. Before, Luna was joining in with everyone when they would howl during the song. After, when Blitz is being cheered to drink at the party, Luna joins in and howls with them. Before, Luna tried to join in on a conversation awkwardly, which didn't work out. After, we see Luna laughing with other hellhounds about something before Tex pulls her aside to talk about Blitz. Some might point out that Tex was there and ask why she didn't feel comfortable around him. However, we've only seen the two of them interact once before this, and I doubt we missed them hanging out before this episode. Not to mention, she only came because she has a crush on him and probably felt down when she saw who Tex was dating. My point is that Luna has known Blitz for longer and feels comfortable around him on some level. Otherwise, I don't think she would have called him when she wanted to leave, or would even be staying with him. Oh, and of course, she definitely wouldn't go to make sure he was okay after Tex and B told her he was out of control. At one point during the party, they go up to Luna and tell her she should check on Blitz. At first, she brushes it off, saying this is how Blitz normally is. But they persist, with B saying he's not okay. B saying that leads to Luna getting hostile towards her and almost starting a fight. However, when Luna sees Tex, she calms down and apologizes before checking on Blitz. First, is this the first time hearing Luna apologize for being hostile to someone? Second, while Luna was in the wrong, it was pretty badass that she was ready to fight one of the 7 deadly sins. Third, it's good to see Luna be concerned after she finds Blitz. When she finds him, she sees that B is right and pulls him off a guy he's making out with. She tells him to stop, but Blitz says he's just having fun and is about to make out with someone else. However, Luna is done waiting and gets Blitz out so she can take him home. Seeing Blitz and Luna switch roles in this episode is a nice change. Normally, Blitz is overprotective as he tries to keep Luna out of harm's way. Now Luna has to step in to stop Blitz when she sees him going overboard. Again, showing that she does care despite all the times Blitz annoys her. Not only does Luna realize Blitz was out of control after all, she finds out why he was acting crazy when they finally get home.
I had a really shitty day.
Oh yeah? Is that why you drank like 5 gallons worth of who knows what?
Fuck, Fizz was right. I'm gonna die alone, aren't I?
While he doesn't go into more detail, we know he's referring to what happened earlier with him and Stolas while they were at Aussie's. He still believes Stolas doesn't love him, and even mentions Fizzaroli, who said this to him.
Everybody, this guy's a total disgrace. Some nerve you got to comment on a relationship. Last I checked, your love life is a pile of shit.
It clarifies that Blitz wasn't drinking and partying because he was having a good time. It was to forget about the horrible night he was having. Let's not forget, he got told his love life is crap by Fizzaroli, that he's selfish by Barasica, and thinks Stolas is embarrassed to be caught with an imp like him. Blitz is at the point that this night is one of the worst in his life, and is trying to forget about it. However, Luna realized that and stopped him, and now he's admitting it was because he was having a horrible night. While seeing Blitz like this is sad, it's heartwarming when Luna answers him after he asks if she will be there.
I'll be there, Dad.
Again, it does show Luna does care about him and is concerned seeing him like this. He may annoy her constantly, but she still cares about him. Let's not forget what she said to Octavia when she was talking about dads to try.
I mean, try to cut your dad some slack. He may not always get it right, but he's trying. That's more important than you think.
The last topic I want to cover about things I enjoy from this episode is the Queen of Gluttony herself, B. B is also one of my favorite characters for both her design and personality. Let's start with her design first. First off, I love foxes. I mean, my book is called Roxy Kitsune and the Desert Vixens, so I think I made that pretty obvious. For those that don't know, vixen is another word for female fox. Also, that book is available on Amazon, so please check that out if you're interested. Anyways, back on topic. At first, I didn't like the color scheme they had for her. I thought that it was too colorful and that the light blue and pink were unnecessary. I would have preferred if the paint scheme was just black and yellow to fit with the bee theme, and it's a personal favorite of mine. However, as I saw more people talk about it, I started to feel like it worked for her being the Queen of Gluttony. While some assume gluttony just refers to overeating, it more exactly refers to overindulgence. In other words, the reason overeating is what people think of is because it's a good example of overindulging yourself to the point that it's wasteful. Again, that fits gluttony, so all the unnecessary colors make sense with her design. However, design is only part of what makes a good character. There's also personality and how they interact with others. I have to say, seeing B interact with Luna in this episode was fun to see, and I hope we see them together in the future. As I said earlier, when Luna finally meets B, Luna acts hostile when they first start talking. However, B just brushes it off and clarifies things.
Pup you told me about.
Excuse me?
She's a fucking cutie. Where you been hiding, girl?
Is there something funny?
Nah, I'm just really high on all this tasty energy right now.
I think this was also done on purpose, with Bee realizing Luna wasn't used to being at parties like this. Let's not forget how Luna acted when she talked to Tex in Spring Broken.
Yeah. I'm Luna.
Okay.
I'm Vertex!
That's hot. I mean, like, literally, because vortexes, they give off heat.
Obviously, we saw that Tex was genuine in inviting Luna to a party, since we see her going to a party in this episode. At the same time, I think he talked to Bee about Luna before the party to let her know that Luna is someone he met who is awkward and could use some friends. That would also explain why Bee says this to Luna after hearing Luna say she's hot.
I love that that's the first thing you say to me. You don't give a shit how freaky you come off, and that's fucking beautiful. You are my new favorite person.
It's like how you would tell someone not to feel embarrassed and just to be themselves. At the same time, she also tells this story after.
Reminds me of the first time I saw Satan without a shirt on. I was like, oof, boy, you are hot as hell. But then I wanted to die because it was so awkward.
It's more Bee trying to tell an embarrassing story to Luna so she wouldn't feel embarrassed. Granted, it doesn't work, but you can still see Bee trying, and Tex frowns when Luna decides to leave. This episode made me love the two of them because they're genuinely trying to help someone like Luna. They're also understanding too, since Bee lets Luna get hostile because she knows Luna isn't used to being at parties, or probably interacting with people like this. Again, she points out that Tex told her about Luna, and even mentions that she heard Luna doesn't go out much. I also love the fact that Bee is understanding to a point. Bee didn't let Luna's hostility get to her when they first met, probably because she knew Luna wasn't used to interacting with people. However, when Bee tells her to go check on Blitz, and Luna gets hostile about it, she snaps.
I mean, everyone likes you so much.
What's that supposed to mean? You got a problem with sour cream?
Don't follow me.
In a weird way, they kind of serve as her parents in this episode. They're understanding and supportive, but know when to put their foot down. Like I said in my Luna video, her biggest issue is Blitz doesn't do that with her. However, seeing Bee get mad and Tex look away not only made her check on Blitz, but she also apologized for being hostile. Again, we've never seen her do that before or after this episode, so that says a lot. I may be looking too much into this, but Luna grew more while she was with Tex and Bee. I know some are concerned Bee may not appear again, considering her VA is Kesha, but I'm hoping they find a way to bring all three of them together again. I could honestly talk about this episode forever. I loved everything about it. It's one of the only times I felt like the product exceeded my expectations, despite being delayed for so long. It makes me happy that I'm a fan of the series, and that this is what we got for staying a fan. It may have come out later than expected, but it still shows that there is a payoff waiting. We wanted the series to give a focus on Luna, and this episode gave us that while also exploring her relationship with Blitz. This episode also makes me hopeful for the future, considering people make the same complaints about Millie, so hopefully, when she gets her own episode to shine, it will be just as good as Queen Bee. Either way, this episode is amazing, and will remind you why you're a fan of Helluva Boss. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my latest video. It's later than I would have preferred, but I wanted to ensure the script was perfect since I had much to say about this episode. Also, I apologize that the Stolitz video hasn't come out yet. I was actually working on the script, and then Queen Bee came out, which ended up being a good thing because now that could be added on to what I want to talk about with Stolitz. Anyways, enough talking about a video for the future. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. What are your thoughts on Queen Bee? Do you think it's the best episode of Helluva Boss so far? Also, what are your thoughts on Bee in general? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to see more of my content in the future. I'm Marco Strange. Stay safe. Stay strange.